The Counterfeiters is a true story
about the greatest counterfeiting operation the Nazis made during Second World War.
About a group of concentration camp inmates who were brought together by the Nazis to counterfeit money for the Nazis, as the Third Reich had run out of foreign currency at the end of the war.
First, they tried to destroy foreign economy, and then when they found out that the forged money was so good, they did their foreign business.
You have these guys,
Jewish concentration camp inmates.
And they were in quite a strange situation, because as they were doing such an important work for the Nazis, they got a very special privileged treatment. They got good food, clothing, they had a ping pong table in their unit, there were operetta music played to them all day long to motivate them.
They brought their photographers and printers and all the technicians which were helpful for the making of money.
The only problem was their barracks were in the center of a regular concentration camp, so they knew that behind that wooden fence their friends and families were killed and tortured to death, and so this was quite a morally challenging situation for them.
I prepared by reading the script, and I prepared by forgetting or trying to keep away as much of my knowledge about this time as possible. It sounds ridiculous, but it was important for me. I knew that I never would be able to create a character of this time with all my nowadays knowledge about this time. No person lives with a view of himself from 60 years later. We cannot live like that. We don't know how people in 40, 50, 60 years will judge about our time, or will just what they see and what their feelings or their knowledge is.
What I try to do is I have a group of central characters with quite opposing perspectives, and I try to show that everybody's right in a way and at the same time wrong, and those who try to do something good often cause the death of others. And as a viewer, you're supposed always to think, well, yes, he's right, I can completely agree to what he's doing, and then somebody else comes across, says the opposite thing, and you, yeah, actually he's right as well. And that's the idea of the whole movie, that in such a awful barbarian setting like a concentration camp, there is no right thing to do.
We just live in our present life, and he, especially Solomon Sorovich, his name in the movie, he's a character, lives from one day to the other. He just wants to have a good life, as easy and good as possible. And even in concentration camp, this philosophy is going on. The next day is important, not my political view upon and the future maybe in how Europe's gonna look when the Nazis would win the war, or will they kill me at the end. These are no questions he's asking himself. It's important the next moment, the next hour, the next day.
I was afraid that it could turn out to be like a history lesson, which never was my intention. I wanted to make a thrilling, emotional movie, an accessible movie also, because I think this is a story worth being told.
I wanted to be as free as possible, because it was hard enough to say, yes, I accept this role, I accept this character, because there's such a huge weight, a historic, a moral, historical weight upon this time, especially for an Austrian or a German who feels responsible for history, not in the meaning of that I feel guilt, but I'm responsible to keep my eyes open yes, and know what's going on with all the neo-Nazi stuff we have still in our country and still in Germany. But this wasn't the point really of the story.
The reception's been a bit different in Germany and abroad.
In Germany and in Austria, many people have problems, of course, to go into a movie where the most time they see people in a concentration camp.
International media praised for its accessibility because it's a good movie, thrilling, emotional, and for the same reasons some German reviewers criticized it, saying you can't approach such a sensitive issue with the means of a normal movie. And yet maybe you are even not allowed to do a feature film about this issue at all.